those who are uncontrolled, for the most part, uncontrolled diabetes puts you at risk because you have poor healing properties. Your immune system is lowered, doesn't attack as well. Also, the high glucose doesn't allow your immune system to work as well. And you have less circulation because of restricted blood flow due to high glucose, so it's harder for you to heal. So, when someone comes in with bronchitis and they're an uncontrolled diabetic, I'm a nurse practitioner. I know that 95% of all bronchitis are viral. So when you go into the doctor and throw a antibiotic at you, it's most likely it's like giving you a candy, piece of candy. It's like giving you M&Ms. It will not do anything for that bronchitis. Because 95% chance it's viral, right? And bronchitis lasts about 30 days. You will cough for 30 days. But if you're a diabetic and you come into me, that 5% chance that it could be bacterial is most likely going to hit you. That's the same goes for someone with COPD, for asthma, who smokes cigarettes, who has heart disease. You're more likely to get a bacterial bronchitis than a healthy person. Those people are most likely to get the virus. So I will go ahead and treat that vulnerable population with a preventative prophylactic antibiotic. Do I think that they have bacterial bronchitis? Probably not. But they're more at risk for it becoming bacterial, so I will treat it to prevent it. I don't know if that makes sense to you. FYI, the best thing you can do if you have bronchitis is ask your doctor for a quick steroid burst that will clear out all that inflammation, so you won't have a cough that lasts for 30 days. Okay. And why don't I want to give steroids to a diabetic? Because it's going to make it harder to control your blood sugar. Steroids increase your blood sugar temporarily. So vulnerable populations are more sensitive to risk factors than those who are more resilient, since they are often exposed to cumulative risk factors. So people with poor health, more in vulnerable populations, why are they more exposed to this? The doctor's office more, they go to the hospital more. Migrant workers are more likely to get exposed because they don't have consistent health care, they don't have consistent vaccinations, and they're traveling from state to state, so they are being exposed to different strains of illnesses. Pregnant adolescences. So pregnancy takes its toll on you. You're a vulnerable population, you're pregnant, even if you've been vaccinated to the T and you take all your vitamins, because your immune system is compromised. Your body always protects the fetus first. So when you're an adolescent, you don't have the stores, the iron stores, the nutritional stores that a pregnant adult does, which is why they tell women of childbearing age to start taking folic acid. Why? Because here's a really good example. There are women when they are pregnant who have something called hyperemesis gravidarum, or also nausea and vomiting during pregnancy. That's really severe. They cannot take their prenatal vitamin. And it's scary when you're pregnant and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't take my prenatal vitamin. I can't provide the spinal protection that I want to give to my child so they don't get spina bifida. Well, most likely, you've grown up in a pretty healthy environment, you have pretty good nutrition, you don't have any other diseases, you have the folic acid store to not give them folic acid your whole entire pregnancy. And the likelihood of you having a child with a neurotube defect is very low. However, if you're an adolescent, even if you grew up in a really healthy environment and ate really well, you have not developed the folic acid stores of that of an adult. And so the likelihood of you not, when you don't take folic acid in your pregnant adolescent, of having a neurotube defect baby is a lot higher than that of a healthy adult. So that's why we tell all women who could possibly get pregnant, so from when you start menstruating, to start taking folic acid. That's right, when you're 8 years old, and if you got your period and you're 8 years old, you technically should be taking folic acid. Because if you do start participating in sexual activity, you want to prevent neurotube defects in children. And who most likely have neurotube defects? those who were pregnant and maybe had poor nutrition, they're homeless, or they're adolescents, and then there's, of course, genetic factors that play into it. Poor and homeless persons. Why poor and homeless people have a higher incidence of getting diseases? Well, they don't get to eat every day, right? If you starve yourself for 3 days, you're more likely going to catch a cold than if you eat normal for 3 days. You're exposed to a lot more germs. You don't get regular health care, you're more likely not up to date on your vaccines. So, severely mentally ill individuals, a lot of times, severely mental illness defect, if it's, they have a higher incidence of being homeless, they have a higher incidence of not being able to follow a healthy diet, so then again, you're back in that vulnerable population. I don't know if you guys are starting to see a trend, so I'm not going to go through each vulnerable population with you. I mean, I can name them for you, like substance abuse, abused individuals, people with communicable diseases, people with STDs. So factors leading to growing number of poor people in the U.S. have reduced earnings, availability of low-cost housing, and this actually goes for elderly people. Our elderly population has doubled in the last 50 years, and we don't have the low-cost housing and support for that population. And so oftentimes elderly people fall through the cracks and become homeless. So not only do they have their age making them a vulnerable population, but when you're homeless, we talked about this before, you are exposed to the elements of the environment, you don't have consistent meals, you're more likely going to be a victim of a crime. So that's also really important. More households headed by women. And this isn't trying to say that women can't take care of their family, but women still by average make less than men in this country. Women are also expected to stay home if they have X amount of children. Also, it's kind of hard to work if you have 6 children, and if you do work, you lose your maybe your welfare benefits. But when you work, the wages you bring home don't cover what the welfare benefits cover. So, but then if you're not bringing home any income, you're more likely at risk for abuse, for drug use, and also just an inability to provide for your family. Welfare reform, reduce Social Security payments to children. So these are some factors that have been causing the growing number of poor people in the United States. Poverty has a direct effect on health. So if you live under the poverty line, you are way more likely to have chronic illness, infant morbidity, mortality is way higher, you have a shorter life expectancy, and more complex health problems. And this, a really great example of this, I can attest to it, is I used to work in private practice when I first started as a nurse practitioner. In private practice, you just tend to get people who live above the poverty line. They have some sort of health coverage, or they can self-pay, because if they can't come to my office, right? So I mainly treated depression. There was definitely hypertension, but there was very little complications with hypertension. Diabetes, an uncontrolled diabetic hemoglobin A1C was about 8. You want it to be below 7. Now I work at a federally qualified healthcare facility. I provide healthcare to people who can afford it or not afford it, and I work mainly with the impoverished. So most of my patients, clientele, live below the poverty line. I treat a lot of COPD. I barely saw that when I worked in the suburbs. When I have an uncontrolled diabetic, their hemoglobin A1C, the average hemoglobin A1C at our office is about 10. That's really high. That means the average blood sugar of diabetics walking around in our office is about 280. In the suburbs, it was about 150, right? So if you're healthy, you don't have diabetes, your average blood sugar is about 70 to 90. So think about all that damage that's constantly being caused to their body. I treat hypertension where the average person is on 2 to 3 antihypertensives. When I worked in the suburb, one medication or even exercise did the trick. So poverty has a direct effect on health. And children poverty rates are actually twice as high as adults. Even in the U.S. at this point, I'm going to turn on the lights. It's getting so dark in here. The U.S. in this juncture of our history, we have the highest incidence of hunger in children, which you would think is impossible, right? Because we are one of the leading nations, but it just so happens that that's what's going on. So